Hi, I'm Luke. In this video, I'll be covering the codes for fuel injector voltage low. This DTC will set when the ECM has detected a low voltage in the control or supply side of the circuit. There will be individual codes for each cylinder from 1 to 12. We'll look at P0261, number 1 injector voltage low. This fault could be in the injector, the wiring or the ECM. The schematics and data in this video are typical of most systems. Always refer to the information for your vehicle. Here is a schematic for the fuel injectors on this vehicle. A fuse supplies a common 12 volts to the injectors, which are controlled by a ground from the ECM. This is an oscilloscope pattern for the injector. The waveform shows the injector receiving a ground from the module for the appropriate duration. When the ground is removed, there is a back EMF spike. To start the diagnosis, check the battery to obtain a reference voltage. Then disconnect the injector. Turn the ignition on and check the voltage from the supply terminal to battery negative. You should see battery voltage. Be aware that some vehicles only have a voltage at the injectors when the fuel pump is running. If there is no voltage, check the fuse for the injector circuit. If the fuse is blown, test the circuit for a short to ground. This can be done by checking the voltage between the injector connector supply terminal and battery positive. A voltage here will indicate a short to ground in the harness. If there's no voltage, you will need to check the injector. To do this, set the multimeter to ohms and test each terminal of the injector to ground. If the supply side of the injector is okay, then move to the control side. The best way to test this circuit is to use a Noid light. Plug the Noid light into the injector harness connector and turn on the ignition, remembering that some vehicles supply the injector voltage only when the fuel pump is running. If the light comes on and remains on, a short to ground will be indicated. To isolate the fault, turn the ignition off. Disconnect the ECM connector and turn the ignition back on. If the light is still on, then there'll be a short to ground in the control circuit. No light will indicate a faulty ECM or a short between the control circuit and another ground coming from the ECM. The next test involves checking to see if there's continuity between the injector connector control terminal and any terminal other than the control circuit at the ECM. If no fault is found, then the ECM must have an internal short to ground. It's important to use a Noid light for this test, as a multimeter may give you an indication that a fault exists when there is no fault. This is because most vehicles use a monitored circuit for the injector control. In a monitored circuit, there is a pull-down resistor. With the driver open, the module will see 12 volts via the injector winding. This will indicate that the circuit is not open. If you connect a multimeter between the battery positive and the control circuit, the meter will read battery voltage. This will indicate a short to ground that doesn't exist. That's the diagnosis for fuel injector voltage low. Understanding how the circuit works will help with diagnosis. Using the correct tools will make sure you get the correct readings. Thanks for watching and bye for now.